Greetings. How's everybody doing today? It's another beautiful day in paradise. This is Doc Ock coming to you live from Black Facts Headquarters Central. Yes. So glad to be here. Just doing a little reminiscing here with my reminiscent t-shirt, thinking about training day. Yeah, training day. That's what I feel like I'm doing right now, but we've been doing it for over 60 days. We've been doing this, coming at you every day with a new thought, a new vibe, something that you haven't heard before and you will hear nowhere else. We have an exclusive on everything we're putting out right now, all fresh and clean, coming to you, kind of mean, but we're trying to bring it to you in a real good way, not a wood way. I'll let you think about that. That's not the proverb for today, though. The proverb for today is the end of an ox is beef, and the end of a lie is grief. The end of an ox is beef. The end of a lie is grief. Not sure what nation that comes from, what part of Africa that comes from. I had to go back and look that one up. I forgot to look that up when I was coming up with it today. But definitely something you should have in your kitty, in your quiver of arrows. You need to have something like that because it just might come in handy. The end of an ox is beef. The end of a lie is sure enough grief. Well, we don't want to bring you too much grief. We just want to bring you something that is beyond belief. And right now, we're going to New York City. We're going to New York City because we have finished off the first book of Dumas, the Poetry for My People. We didn't read every poem in there, but we read the ones we're going to read. And we'll be starting off tomorrow with coming out of his other. Well, you know what? I think for the rest of this week, we'll keep coming out of this book right here. Vibes. What does it say? Yeah. Vibes from the Scribes, the last poets. So these are just some of my favorite poets. It's my favorite poems from some of my favorite poets. So here we go. This one is called On the Subway. On the subway, I dig the man digging on me, but the dude was hung up in a mass of confusion as to who I was. He thought he trying to see, but you see, he, me knowing me, black, proud, and determined to be free, could plainly see my enemy. Yes, I know him. I once slaved for him, body and soul, and made him a pile of black gold off the sweat of my labor he stole. But his game is old. We've broken the mental hold. Things must change. There's no limit to our range. He can never understand the new black man. Let alone us every day. Riding the subway, 8th Avenue, 7th Avenue, 6th Avenue, IND, BMT, IRT. He still hasn't dug me. He stares endlessly, blinking, blink, 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 blink. He's on the brink, about to sink. I ask you, shall I save him? Can he be saved? No. Next stop, 125th Street. Now, that was like a proverb right there. See if you can apply it. In the meanwhile, while you sit there and try to figure that one out, let's move on with our story. We got a short one today. We're going to finish this up real quick with a short story, and then we'll read a little bit more from our novel, Juneteenth. All right, read a little bit from the novel, Juneteenth. So here we go. Remember yesterday, he had met our hero in the Bush of Ghosts, had met the television-handed ghostess, and she'd made him an offer, and we're going to see if he's able to refuse that offer or not. Can he refuse the offer? Maybe this was an offer he could not refuse. Hard to say no and hard to say yes, because when I thought over how the sore was dirty and smelling badly, especially those maggots which were dashing here and there all over the sore. So it was hard for me to say yes. But as I was seeing my town with all my people, it was also hard for me to say no. But as I was hearing on this television, when my mother was discussing about me with one of her friends with a sorrowful voice at that time, that she was told by a fortune teller that I am still alive in a bush. So as I was enjoying these discussions, the television-handed ghosts took away the hand from my face, and I saw nothing again except the hand. After that, she asked again her request. Of course, I was unable to answer at that moment, but only thinking about my people whom I saw on the television, and also thinking how to reach the town as quickly as possible. But as it was just a dream for me, I told her again to let me look at them once more before I would answer her request. Immediately, she showed it to me. My people appeared again at the same time, and as I was looking at them and also hearing what they were talking about me, which I ought to answer if I was with them, luckily, a woman brought her baby who had a sore on its foot to my mother at that time to tell her the kind of leaf which could heal the sore. But as my mother knows many kinds of leaves which can heal any sore, so she told this woman to follow her. Having reached a small bush which is near the town, then she cut many leaves on a kind of plant and gave them to this woman. After that, she told her that she must warm the leaves in hot water before using it for the sore. But as I was looking at them on the television, I knew the kind of leaf and also heard the direction how to use it. After a while, this television-handed ghostess took her hand away from my face, and I saw nothing again. Then she asked again whether I would do her request. So I said yes, but not with my tongue would I heal the sore. After I said yes, I go out of the hut, and I went round near the hut. God is so good. This kind of leaf or plant were full up there. Then I cut some and came back to the hut. After that, I was using it for the sore, according to the direction that my mother told the woman who brought her baby to her. It was so. I was using these leaves for the sore every day, and to my surprise, this sore had been healed within a week. But when this television-handed ghost saw that she had no more sores again, she was exceedingly glad. Having eaten and drunk to my satisfaction, I told her to tell me the right way to my hometown, as she had promised me before I healed her sore. She agreed, but warned me seriously that I must not attempt to enter into the bush of ghosts forever, because 90% of ghosts hate any of the earthly persons to enter this bush, as I myself am aware of it, since I have been struggling to find the right way back to my town, but none of the merciless ghosts would show me the way. After the above warning, she said further, do not tell anybody that I am the television-handed ghostess who shows you the right way whenever you reach your town. Then she opened her palm as usual. She told me to look at it, but to my surprise, I simply found myself under the fruit tree, which is near my hometown, the future sign. It was under this fruit tree my brother left me on the road when he was running away from the enemy's guns, which were driving me farther and farther until I entered into the bush of ghosts. And it was the fruit of this tree I ate first. Immediately I entered the bush of ghosts. This is how I got out of the bush of ghosts, which I entered when I was 7 years old. Now, I could keep reading because we're almost at the end, but I see we've only got about 5 minutes left. So I'm going to use that time wisely. We're going to come back to this tomorrow, and we'll read the next chapter about the future sign tree. Read about that future sign tree. And in the meanwhile, we'll just read a little piece here from Juneteenth by Ralph Ellison. Juneteenth by Ralph Ellison. Let me see. Not sure where I left off, so I'll just start at the top of this page. Knows you, she said indignantly. I've heard Senator Sunraider state that the only color he knows is the boy who shines his shoes at his golf club. Oh? Hickman shook his head as the others exchanged knowing glances. Very well, ma'am. We're sorry to have caused you this trouble. It's just that it's very important that the senator know we're on the scene. So I hope you won't forget to tell him that we have arrived, because soon it might be too late. There was no threat in it. Indeed, his voice echoed the odd sadness which she thought she detected in the faces of the others just before the door blotted them from view. In the hall, they exchanged no words, moving silently behind the guard who accompanied them down to the lobby. They were about to move into the street when a security-minded chief guard observed their number, stepped up, and ordered them searched. They submitted patiently, amused that anyone should consider them capable of harm, and for the first time, an emotion broke the immobility of their faces. They chuckled and winked and smiled, fully aware of the comic aspect of the situation. Here they were, quiet, old, and obviously religious black folk who, because they had attempted to see the man who was considered the most vehement enemy of their people in either house of Congress, were being energetically searched by uniformed security police, and they knew what the absurd outcome would be. They were found to be armed with nothing more dangerous than pieces of fried chicken and ham sandwiches, some chocolate cake, and sweet potato fried pies. Some obeyed the guards' commands with exaggerated sprightliness, the old ladies giving their skirts a whirl as they turned in their flat shoes. When ordered to remove his wide-brimmed hat, one old man held it for the guard to look inside. Then, flipping out the sweatband, he gave the crown a tap, causing something to fall to the floor, then waited with a calloused palm extended as the guard bent to retrieve it. Straightening and unfolding the object, the guard saw a but neatly creased $50 bill, which he dropped upon the outstretched palm as though it were hot. They watched silently as he looked at the old man and gave a dry, harsh laugh. Then, as he continued laughing, the humor slowly receded behind their eyes. Not only they were allowed to file into the street, did they give further voice to their amusement. Or not until they were allowed to file into the street did they give further voice to their amusement. These here folks don't understand nothing, one of the old ladies said. If we'd been the kind to depend on the sword instead of the Lord, we'd been in our graves long ago. Ain't that right, Sis Arter? You said it, Sister Arter said. In the grave and done long finished molding. Let them worry. Our conscience is clear on that. Amen. On the sidewalk now, they stood around Reverend Hickman, holding a hushed conference. Then in a few minutes, they disappeared in a string of taxis, and the incident was thought closed. Shortly afterwards, however, they appeared mysteriously at a hotel where the senator leased a private suite and tried to see him. How they knew of this secret suite, they would not explain. Next, they appeared at the editorial offices of the newspaper, which was most critical of the senator's methods. But here, too, they were turned away. They were taken for a protest group. Just one more lot of disgruntled Negroes crying for justice, as though theirs were the only grievances in the world. Indeed, they received less of a hearing here than elsewhere. They weren't even questioned as to why they wished to see the senator, which was poor newspaper work, to say the least, a failure of technical alertness, and as events were soon to prove, a gross violation of press responsibility. So once more, they moved away. Okay. Now that's getting more and more interesting as time goes on. But here's what I need y'all to do. Don't forget we've got this book being offered on eBay for sale today. Check it out. Make a trip over there. Purchase a copy. Limited quantities, but I will autograph it if you order it between now and July 4th. Okay. Any orders that come in between now and July 4th, I will personally autograph the book. Meanwhile, I need y'all to go ahead and hit that subscribe button below if you're watching this on the tube. If you're not watching this on the tube and you're watching this on the book, go ahead. Don't be forsook. You already gave us a look. Now we need you to give us a like and then give us a share. Show everybody that you really do care. We're out. Peace out now. We'll see you tomorrow. Doc Ock, we'll see you this evening and again tomorrow. Doc Ock at noon and 9. Signing out. Hoping everybody's really fine.